All right, so let me level with you for a second. This was the most fun yet stressful time I've ever had because the goal with this team was to basically not get hit as much, or if at all. I did get hit though, so at that point it was didn't get hit anymore. Let me explain the team. So Balthier is here again for the LD buff because it's really good. So why not? It'll help Zonde and Jack keep their damage up consistently. Zonde's here is pretty much the same reason in a sense to Balthier for the enchantment peril to make sure people are hitting weaknesses like all the time. Stop their attacking, everything, all that good stuff. Also, he's got really good damage, so that works too. Right here, I'm basically trying to build up the stacks while also trying to make sure that concentration just gets out of the way in the event that I mess up. So yeah, a lot of the time you're gonna see me do like a lot of weird things in a way, just to make sure that I stay alive. Like maybe using an LD when maybe normally you probably wouldn't. Like I used like 3 Zonde LDs, not in a row, but really close together, just so the enemies don't get ahead. And Jack here, good lord, I like this guy. He's super aggressive. He's really good at basically, pretty much stalling, let's say. I mean, of course, damage too, all the follow-ups and jump. But because of the fact that after every one of his skills, the man just, or except his EX, he just appears behind the enemy like Noctis. That's, of course, only whenever dude's got a break or the enemy's already in a break status and zone. Right here, I clean out him. And I was gonna go with his LD call immediately, but they had their Brave up, and I wanted them to get broken by the call ability, before anything else. So that's why I ended up using that instead of going for the EX, because I also wanted Jack to basically to be able to like do some other stuff too, like do this, then get his EX up, and then do some more stupid mess. And honestly, I think that's pretty much the gist. Oh wait, no, that hit a bit ahead of myself. Then there's Sephiroth. He's actually very important to this, as you'll see in a bit. See, I forgot about the shield thing that they had from way back in Chaos. So, at that moment, I was like, oh, wait a minute now. Brought Root here because I don't know why I thought that he would give people battery. He didn't, but he did heal. And that did help in this instance because they didn't exactly do a whole bunch of damage to our regular base health. They just, like, did it to, to whatever the extra health we basically had from Rouge. So yeah, it didn't do too much. It still hurt, but we're fine, Now, I summoned early because I needed them to go away. They're a little too close for my liking. So you're gonna see me use the summon early and use Sephiroth early, just to make sure that the enemies didn't keep hitting me, because I didn't need that. But real quick, I'm gonna take this out and look at this. Look at that damage. That's pretty good, ain't it? But anyway, yeah, I needed them to back off a smidge. Just a smidge. I need to get in a bunch of damage, and I just needed them to chill for a moment. So there we go. He gives enough space, and then here's basically where the magic happens with Sephiroth and why he was super integral for this team. I might have been able to use other people, but I felt this might have been one of the better ways to get a bit of time to relax before stressing out at the end. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, you probably get what I'm trying to do here, since at this point they're going to be at 1 for like 3 of Sephiroth's turns. Just keep hitting them back repeatedly, and getting all the damage, making sure they don't get a turn, all the good stuff, pretty much. While all this is happening, though, I want to explain a little bit. I feel like Xande and Balthier are really good together, mostly just because Xande will help account for Balthier maybe not hitting too high for some reason, be it some weird LUFENIA mechanic or whatever the bosses do. Xande will help make sure that Balth is always hitting pretty high, including with Balth's own buffs and the HP damage up. And Balth will help Xande hit even better because he's pretty much always going to prompt attack, at least to some degree. Maybe not all the time compared to the last time he used the EX, but still, it did really good damage. So I feel like they're really good together. It's just a shame that probably not too many LUFENIAs are going to have the two of them there, since you need at least I don't know how many times a third is going to be a healer that can fit the LUFENIA orb conditions, but we'll see. It depends, See, this again, it sucks because as you'll see in a moment, it didn't break the shield, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. Nobody died, but that's kind of the thing that scares me about this, is that I don't know when these guys would see, and then that Doom that I had way back when came up around the end, which probably saved this run, to be honest. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, that shield is kind of stupid. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, I don't know when they're gonna do. If I remember correctly, maybe it's when they do the sparkle thing. Is when that's the HP damage all attack, or when they're just gonna do a regular I'll just smack you all a couple times. Or I don't know with these guys. They could be freaking setting up for an HP damage, but then in actuality it's just a brave attack. Right here, I didn't want to use any more Sephiroth. He did his purpose. Now it's back to Jack being an insane monster that just goes and goes and goes and goes. But at this point, kind of started to stress out a little. Yeah, at this point, it's the swap game now, because I don't want to get hit anymore. So at this point, I just have to keep going. I have to be relentless. Otherwise, instead of going in front of A, went in front of B because of that all attack. And A, I'm pretty sure is just only going to do a brave hit. So I'm not too worried about that. And I ended up being correct, but it ended up delaying him too, which is kind of stupid. But then the Doom went off, and I'm like, yeah, that's cathartic. Yeah, and right here, I do this quite a bit, where instead of going for the EX, because that doesn't give me any turn advantage, I'm just gonna use the other stuff until I can get some decent turn advantage, because I don't need to die. I was too stressed out and excited but the prospect of doing it like this with no real healer other than that recall, that I was just oh gosh, I just have to go. I have to go in. Of course, here I was I might have to accept a hit, because at this point, at least one of them is gonna dodge it, and the other two have decent enough brave. Of course, then this happens, and he only hits one, which saved me. And then this other one missed two. So I'm just like, good lord, I got so lucky. And then I still have the Ramza call. So just, it's going my way at this point. But even still, I couldn't exactly let up at this point, because they're not dead. It's not over till they're dead, you know, so I had to still stay on my toes. And at this point, I believe I was trying to see whether or not it was worth it to just go ahead and use the EX, or just use Quega or any of the other skills. So I thought to save it, just to see. And I mean, yeah, it's still going well, but I'm still stressing out because now another all attack is coming, and I'm pretty sure, you know, my thought process at the time was like, yeah, I'm not gonna live through that one, or at the very least, I'm gonna miss the HP requirement. So at this point, it's time for Jack to go all in, because he's going. It's time for him to basically use everything possible to stall. The B is fine. I don't have to get in front of him because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna do an HP attack. So it's whatever. So I'm more worried about A, because look at that monster. At this point, I was kind of talking to myself, so to speak, thinking like, okay, yeah, no, the EX should either almost kill or give me enough for Jax to just completely dominate. And right here, pretty sure I would have died if I just went straight EX. So I just used everything else. That's why it took me so long to pick a skill. Just do everything but the EX until the final thing, just to make sure, because then at least again, Jack's not gonna get hit. The others will probably get hit, but better than killing them, you know. Thankfully, Jax came out in the end using everything possible just to kill him. It was stressful, a little stressful, but it was really fun, and I'm happy that the team worked out the way it did. So, thanks for coming by, guys, and please stay safe out there, alright?